Hello, it's a Tuesday. It looks overcast. It sounds quite windy, and the time is 25 to 12 in the morning, and you find me about to have my cereals. Momentarily I shall be transferring some files from the recording devices. I'm about to watch the video I uploaded at 1 o'clock this morning. I went to bed about 3 o'clock. I think the time read 3:21. So my eyes are twitching here a bit, and underneath the this sort of bag here is sort of twitching a bit. Anyway, I'm going to watch the video that's just mentioned while it's transferring, whilst I'm having my breakfast, and then I think I'll begin the edit on the next Vlogmas video. I didn't get around to watching the rest of The Highwayman yesterday. The only thing of note that I remember watching was Question Time with under 30-year-olds, which was very good. The presenter was very good. I don't know who she was, but she was very good. Because the general election is on Thursday, which is the day after tomorrow. So what else? Nothing. I can't remember really. Nope. I remember watching the last 10 minutes of Taken with Liam Neeson, and I have a feeling I may have crashed out actually. I may have crashed out yesterday as well watching The Highwayman. Anyway, so there's nothing else to report. If I remember, then I'll flag it up. But for now, I'm about to have my cereals. It's been a funny day today. Like a slow news day. It began with the breakfast. I was watching the video I uploaded earlier, and then it stalled. It said loading on the screen, so I had to exit out of the app on the screen still. Then I thought, okay, let's carry on watching The Highwayman. And it is a good film actually. It's a bit like Deadwood in terms of the. It's almost as if the people from Deadwood were working on this film. It's a Netflix film, obviously, and it is really good. It's really enjoyable. It's a clever story about two lawmen, so later on in their years, and they're determined to catch Bonnie and Clyde. And I think I remember reading about or seeing a snippet by Netflix, I presume, or an interview with the two stars, Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson, who mentioned that they were using real scenes, real locations, especially the famous ending. And I was thinking when I was watching it, how good it would be for these two actors to take these characters and use them in a sequel. and it's interesting the way they're performing their parts, because Woody Harrelson's like the good cop and Kevin Costner's like the bad cop, and Woody Harrelson's very not too animated, whereas Kevin Costner is very I'm not going to say wooden, it's not a wooden performance, but it's, you know what I'm saying, it's very less, there's no performance, it's just, it's very everything is deliberate with him, you know, there's no emotion, and it works, you know. Anyway, I was watching that, and then I don't know what happened. I could feel my eyes getting heavier and heavier. So, no, that's not why. I don't know what it was. But what the next thing I know is I've used, it's almost as if I had an idea, and that was to use the YouTube app. No, I tell you what happened. I got one of these remote controls with a speaker when I said YouTube app while I'm watching the film, and of course it opens up the YouTube app, and I thought, oh, maybe I can watch my video through Sky rather than through Samsung, and I did, and that's when my eyes got heavy, and it was very hard to keep them awake, keep them open. And gradually I just fell into a stupor, and I could hear my video in the background, probably the next video probably finished and started the next one, and although I was still conscious, I could hear the music that I'm using. Because at the same time I was doing file transfer, so I got up to see how the file transfer, well, I knew the file transfer would have finished, and I thought, well, I might as well, you know, put the SD card back in the phone, and start charging from the smartphone, put the SD card back in the camera, I mean, and start recharging, and start transferring from the smartphone. Anyway, when all that finished, when all the file transfer finished, I then installed Shotcut. I just got a soft spot for Shotcut, I don't know why. I think I've used it so much that I'm as fluent with it as I am with DaVinci. And DaVinci's, I don't know why, I think Shotcut is more basic than DaVinci, so I'm happy with that. I can go along. So that's what I'm doing. I've installed Shotcut now, and I've started to compile the next Vlogmas. And so it's been a funny day because it's 3 o'clock and there's just no oomph to today. It'd be nice to go out for a drive, but having said earlier that it was overcast and windy, there's also been we seem to be getting maybe once a day a cloudburst. You get heavy rain, you know, pounding the windows, and then it's gone again. So it's not very inviting to go out or inviting to do anything. I mean, I had some ideas within the flat. I've done the front room round. I thought maybe I could think about other rooms, but it's just there's no gumption, you know. Anyway, so that's what's happening now. I'm just compiling the next Vlogmas. I haven't edited yet, I'm just putting everything onto the timeline, and it's supposed to be a non-linear editor, but I'm using it as a linear editor. I find it easy just to go along each clip and then edit and trim as you go along, rather than dragging it in. No, that's that sort of business. I'd rather have it from left to right. I think I've mentioned that in a past vlog. So that's what's happening now. As I say, it's 3 o'clock. Who knows, at 5 o'clock I might feel the... I did have a sleep actually. Although it's not enough, I think at one point I did have a power nap. And you know what did it? A bathroom break. That's what woke me up from the snooze. And then from there on I was able to move about a bit, and just goes to show, isn't it? If you do something without thinking, just switch the brain off, you start to find your flow. Whereas if you rely on your brain just to let you know it's ready to get up to do things, then it'll take ages or never at all. Sometimes it's best to just switch it off, get up and do it. Because sometimes a bathroom break steps in and helps you, pulls you away from your subconscious, so you can get on with your day. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. Right, I should be editing. I was going to go out. It's about 5 to 8, and I thought I'd go out even though it's before 8 o'clock. But I thought I'll put a heavy coat on because it is raining. And then when I looked out there, it's quite off-putting. So in a split second, just now, I decided not to go out. Instead, I'm going to have a plate of chili con carne on toast with a nice mug of Nescafe Original Instant Coffee. Because I've finished the edit, really, in terms of the footages. All I have to do now is do the outro. So I thought that's going to take some time on its own, and I haven't had a break. So I thought, well, I'll have a break and go for a drive, but I'm not going to have a drive, I'm going to have a break and have the chili. I was going to go for a drive, come back, have chili con carne, get cracking on the outro, kick off the export, and then relax for the rest of the evening. So I'm going to do all that with the exception of the car. Have I explained the slight change to the front room? Because I had the desk facing the wall that way a few days ago, maybe yesterday. I think it was yesterday, up to a point yesterday, and then I decided to change it round. I think it was mainly because of the sofa. I wanted it that way, so I can treat it as a chaise lounge whilst I'm watching the TV. And having a table facing the TV and near the window for a view, and also close to the heater. Actually, that was the main reason. It was the heater. because although I had it that way, I wasn't really feeling the heat, and it's getting really cold these days, and it wasn't making me, giving me the gumption to edit. I was putting it off. So I thought, put the sofa there, put the desk here. Originally I had it facing that way, but then I thought, no, there's enough space to have it this way, plus you can watch the TV. I could have the news on with the subtitles and the volume down, and have the benefits of the heat, and it also looks better as well. It's sort of got the seats aligned on each side, and I can look at the sky for inspiration. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday or earlier. I had a feeling I didn't. Sometimes I start off vlog without saying hello or anything, just go straight into it, and when I look back on it I feel really bad about it. I normally put something in description to say apologies for not saying hello, but here's a hello in the description. Anyway, I'm being all melodramatic. Well, I'm going to commence with the chili con carne. Wow, I'm really looking forward to this. It's nice to, it takes a while to prepare, but I think 7 minutes altogether, because when I look on the microwave oven, it does seem to, the timer carries on the timer. You know, it starts off at zeros and you, well, so you just switch on the microwave oven, it shows 3 zeros, and then it starts to add a minute every time it elapses. So, and it seems every time I make a chili con carne, afterwards the final time is 007, which I find highly amusing. Right, I'm going to have this now. I see what's on YouTube. Whilst I've been editing, there might be some film trailers, or a couple of YouTubers have released some stuff. So I see what's on YouTube, and then, oh yes, I'll watch the rest of Hiram and try and clear it off. I shan't be watching my video. I think I did watch it in a state of stupor earlier, so, and I did watch it. I actually watched it in full as soon as it was, as soon as it went public anyway, which was around the 1 o'clock mark in the morning. However, what is recorded, and I can't wait to watch, is Deadwood the movie. Yeah, it came out on Sky Atlantic a few days ago, and I went on to tvguide.co.uk. They've got a search engine. I searched for Deadwood the movie, and bang, it found it on Sky Atlantic, I think it was. And of course, as I used the old Sky Plus to pre-record it, and I can see on the home page of Sky Q, that it's recorded. So I can't wait to see that. I've got a lot of stuff on Sky at the moment, but all with these passes with Netflix, entertainment movies, Amazon Prime Now, which is entertainment and movies. It's I'm building up a lot of programs. as well as stuff that I always watch, like I haven't seen Only Connect for about a month, University Challenge. I haven't seen the last 2 or 3 Apprentices, the last 20 minutes of which, and yeah, various other stuff. There's Alistair Sims on there, Stanley Baker's, maybe a Herbert Lom, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is getting cold, so I'm going to start straight away. It's warm. Finally. What time is it? 20 past 11. And I've just kicked off the export. So 9. I think I took a break at 7:45. No, I'm sure it was 2 hours, 7:45, and I think I went back to the machine at 10:15, so I had a 2-hour break. That's when I had the chili con carne. It seems like it was 2 hours. I find it hard to believe. All I had to do was the outro, and it's taken since, I don't know, 8:45? 9:45? Oh, I've lost track of time. 9:45. It would have been it's just under 2 hours to do the outro. I don't think it took 2 hours. I think it took probably the best part of an hour. Whatever. 20 past 11 and it's exporting now, and I'm using Shotcut, not DaVinci. It's been okay actually. A couple of times it slowed down and it just needed a restart. Not the laptop, but the software. And you can't really type too fast, otherwise it will lag. I can't play backwards, but that's I've already covered that in lots of vlogs. So now it's exported. I've made a few modifications. I've used the kilobytes per second quality that I use for DaVinci, and I've taken off the dual one, and I've made it a fixed GOP, so there's nothing inserted between the frames. Anyway, we'll see how it goes in about 2 hours time. Right, so now I'm not hungry, but I have got some fruit out there. I've got some pears, so I'll have a pear and watch TV. Probably some, there's nothing on YouTube when I last checked. So we're also going to be going on to the Highwayman. It's probably the right time to as well. It's just a nice relaxing time. Yeah, I'll watch the Highwayman, have a pear, and keep an eye on the export.